In Act 1, Richard gives Marilyn a bouquet of roses.
What are the flowers for, Richard?
5 years of happiness. Happy anniversary.
To celebrate their 5th wedding anniversary, Richard wants to take Marilyn to the Watermill Inn.
You and I, Mrs. Stewart, are going to spend a second honeymoon at the Watermill Inn.
But Richard gets disappointing news.
What? Are you sure? But Okay.
What's the matter?
What's this for?
Just because. How's the baby?
Fast asleep?
I'm sorry I missed him. I had to work late.
What are the flowers for, Richard?
5 years of happiness. Happy anniversary.
But our anniversary isn't until Saturday.
I couldn't wait. Besides, we are not going to be here Saturday.
We're not?
Uh-uh.
Where are we going to be?
If you had your choice of all the places in the world, where would you choose to spend our anniversary?
The Watermill Inn. I loved that place when we went on our honeymoon.
Perfect. You picked the right place.
I don't understand.
You and I, Mrs. Stewart, are going to spend a second honeymoon at the Watermill Inn.
Oh, Richard, that's wonderful. But...
No buts.
What about the baby? Aren't we taking the baby on our honeymoon?
Absolutely not. The world's greatest grandmother, Mrs. Ellen Stewart, has agreed to take care of him for the weekend.
Richard, isn't that too much to ask of your mother?
Too much? She loves taking care of Max.
But I'll miss him.
Well, we'll phone every hour, and you can listen to him over the phone. Come on, Mare, it's time you and I had a romantic weekend alone together. We've earned it. What do you say?
Does sound tempting. You're right. We've earned it.
Great. I'll make a reservation right now. Remember that wonderful little balcony where we had our meals? With a view of the Hudson River?
How could I forget?
Hello, is Mrs. Montefiore there? Ah, she's out. Yes, this is Richard Stewart. My wife and I spent our honeymoon at the inn. No, we didn't leave anything in the room. It was 5 years ago. We'd like to make a reservation for this weekend. Yes, a double room, please. What? Are you sure? But Okay. Nothing available. Oh, wait. Don't hang up. Can you recommend someplace nice? Someplace nearby? Hold it. Old Country Inn? Right. And the phone number? 555-2420. Thank you. He says there's another inn just a half a mile down the road from the Watermill. It won't be the same, but, what do you say?
Well...
My mom is available to babysit this weekend.
Well, okay. See if they have a room.
Right. Hello, is this the Old Country Inn? Yes, this is Richard Stewart. The desk clerk at the Watermill suggested you're in. Would you happen to have a room for two available this weekend? Something really nice. My wife and I are celebrating our 5th anniversary. Yes, I'll hold. He's checking. You do? Great. What is the daily rate? That's fine. Thank you. Yes, we'll be arriving by car about 10 o'clock Friday night. Stewart. S-T-E-W-A-R-T. Thank you. Done. You and I, Mrs. Stewart, are going to have a wonderful, romantic weekend.
Richard, that's the baby.
Good afternoon, Watermill Inn. May I help you?
Hi, I'd like some information about the inn.
Of course. We're located in the town of Rhinebeck, just a 2-hour drive from the city.
What kinds of accommodations do you have?
For a very special vacation, we have a large honeymoon suite.
Well,
Or if you prefer, you can reserve a smaller single room.
That's probably...
Or a double room with a fireplace and a balcony.
I really think...
And the view of the Hudson River from the balcony is absolutely gorgeous.
I don't really...
Enjoy beautiful views? Well, the town of Rhinebeck is the perfect place to take an afternoon walk.
I do like to...
And of course, after all that walking, you'll want to relax and have a delicious dinner in our romantic dining room.
Well, I don't know. I may be...
Too tired to come to the dining room? Don't worry. Our friendly room service is always ready to bring delicious meals to your room.
Oh, how nice.
Nice. Our innkeeper, Mrs. Montefiore, is the nicest person you'll ever meet. She's been making the Watermill Inn a comfortable place for guests for over 20 years.
What time is...
Check-in? Well, you can check in any time after 1 p.m. and check out any time before 12 noon. Now, when would you like your reservations and what type of room would you like?
I'm not quite sure.
You can be sure that the Watermill Inn is the finest small hotel in all of New York State.
New York? I thought I called Florida.
In Act 2, Richard and Marilyn are disappointed about their room at the Old Country Inn.
Clean? You call this clean?
The trip is disappointing in other ways, too.
Oh, the rain, the room, the view of the parking lot. It isn't the way I hoped it would be.
So Marilyn and Richard decide to go home. As they get ready to go, the phone rings.
Hello? Yes? Yes, this is she?
Is something else wrong?
Right this way, Mr. and Mrs. Stewart. Well, it's small, but clean.
Clean? You call this clean?
Have a nice day.
Thank you. I don't believe this. Well, it isn't the Watermill Inn, but let's get a look at the view.
How is the view?
Great. If you enjoy looking at a parking lot.
Well, maybe we'll see the view in the morning. Right now, we should clean up this room.
Sorry, Marilyn.
How should you be sorry?
Oh, the rain, the room, the view of the parking lot. It isn't the way I hoped it would be.
Stop blaming yourself. After all, we're here. We're alone. We're together. And I love you. Isn't that enough?
It is for me, but I wanted this weekend to be special for you.
It is special. Happy anniversary.
Oh, it's still raining. I want to play tennis.
I want some breakfast. Let's call room service, order a nice breakfast, and then we'll figure out what to do today.
Right. Would you get me room service, please? I beg your pardon? Oh, I see. They don't have room service at Old Country Inn.
Well, let's go down to the coffee shop.
They don't have a coffee shop. We can get our meals at Mrs. Montefiore's down the road.
That's okay, honey. I love walking in the rain.
Oh, you're being a really good sport about this, Marilyn, but I think we should face the truth.
What's that?
This is not the way to spend our 5th anniversary.
Well, what do you want to do?
Why don't we get in the car and drive home?
Oh, Richard, it really isn't that bad.
Do you want to stick it out for the whole weekend?
Well, I'll admit the room is uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
And I do feel bad about your mother having to take care of the baby all weekend.
Why don't we just check out?
Okay. Hello? Yes? Yes, this is she? Oh, hello. How nice of you to remember us. Yes, my husband did call. You do? Really? It won't be any trouble? Oh, yes. I think we'd like that very much. 15 minutes. Thank you. Goodbye. You will never guess.
I give up.
Mrs. Montefiore from the Watermill Inn.
What is she calling about?
They have an opening. Someone just checked out, and Mrs. Montefiore has reserved the honeymoon suite for us.
You're kidding.
No. Isn't it wonderful?
It's fantastic. Oh, now all it has to do is stop raining. Let's go.
Marilyn and Richard hope to have a wonderful weekend. Hope to have. But Richard doesn't like the view.
Great. If you enjoy looking at a parking lot.
He doesn't enjoy looking at cars. Enjoy looking. When two verbs are together in a sentence, the second verb sometimes has two in front of it. Sometimes it ends in ing. Marilyn is happy.
We're here. We're alone. We're together. And I love you.
But it keeps raining all night long. Keeps raining. The next morning, Richard wants to play tennis. Wants to play. Marilyn suggests going to the coffee shop. Suggest going.
They don't have a coffee shop.
But they need to eat breakfast. Need to eat. After enjoy, keep and suggest, use a verb with ing. After hope, want, and need, use a verb with to in front of it. What are they gonna do?
I love walking in the rain.
She loves walking in the rain. Loves walking. She loves to walk in the rain. Loves to walk. After love, use a verb with ing. You can also use a verb with to in front of it. Love, sweet.
In Act 3, Richard and Marilyn enter the honeymoon suite at the Watermill Inn.
Welcome to the Watermill Inn.
Oh, Richard, it's exactly as it was when we were married.
And they enjoy talking with Mrs. Montefiore, the innkeeper.
I remember you and your wife from the first time you stayed with us.
We were very young.
And very much in love.
As Mrs. Montefiore leaves the suite, there's a knock at the door. Who could that be?
Welcome to the Watermill Inn.
Oh, Richard, it's exactly as it was when we were married.
And when I got married.
Even the old patchwork quilt is the same.
My great-grandmother made that quilt when Teddy Roosevelt was president. In those days when they made quilts, they cut patches from the old clothing of every member in the family so that each one would be a part of it.
What a lovely tradition.
Thank you for calling us.
I remember you and your wife from the first time you stayed with us.
We were very young.
And very much in love.
We have a baby now.
How wonderful. A boy or a girl?
A boy. Max.
Do you have a picture?
Would a professional photographer be without a picture?
Oh, he's adorable.
And very bright.
Like his father. A real Stuart.
And very good looking, like his mother.
Well, it's nice to have you with us again. Next time, bring the baby.
You see, Richard, Max is welcome here.
Not on our anniversary. This vacation is for you and me.
If there's anything you need, please call me. I'll be in the front office all day. Oh, I took the liberty of ordering some breakfast for you. Just put it over there, Charles. Thank you, Charles. Compliments of the Watermill Inn.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Now, this is my idea of a good time. Let's see. Hot cakes and maple syrup with scrambled eggs.
Smell that coffee. Cinnamon and cloves.
Homemade buttermilk biscuits.
Slices of orange with burnt honey.
Let's eat.
First, I want to call home and check on your mother and the baby.
Honey, if there were any problems, she would call us.
She doesn't know we've changed hotels.
You're right, of course.
Hello, operator. I'd like to call Riverdale, New York.
This food is heavenly, isn't it?
This whole place is heavenly. Do you remember that old desk? Mrs. Montefiore told me that George Washington sat at that desk and wrote to his wife, Martha.
What do you want to do after breakfast?
Why don't we take a walk down to the river?
In the rain?
No. Look out the window. The sun is shining.
Now, this is my idea of a good time.
Looking at our photographs from all our time together, I see us both changing through the years.
I can't believe how young we looked. It seems a million years ago. But through it all, we've shared our joys and tears.
There we are together, once upon a time. reminding me of how we used to be.
There we are together, smiling at the camera. Each day was bright and new for us.
There we are, the two of us, and still we are together, you and me. Every photograph reminds me how I love you and how our love gets better every day.
Every photograph reminds me how the years just come and go, and I can see our love grow with every photograph.
Looking at our photographs, I'm going back in time, watching every anniversary.
The pictures take me there again, but we both looked so different then. Could that really be you and me? Every photograph reminds me how I love you, and I can see our love grow with every photograph.